singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling. I'm fringing again. We are with the beautiful and adorable Nancy Kenny of Roller Derby Saved My Soul. It is a must-see show at Fringe if you haven't seen it yet. And I'm just gonna let Nancy talk about her show because she says it best.
Yes.
What's your show about?
Well, my show, like you said, it's Roller Derby Saved My Soul. It's a one-woman show written and performed by me at the studio Leonard Bone, which is right over there. It is about really it's about family. It's about a woman who hasn't figured out where she wants to be in her life at this point in her life, and her younger sister seems to have it all together. And then she discovers roller derby, and she finds something that she's actually good at.
Hi, I'm Nadine Thornhill, and I am the writer of Complex Numbers.
And the producer.
And the producer.
I'm Ken Godmere, and I'm the director of Complex Numbers and the stage manager.
We're doing double duty.
We're here with Katie from The Animal Show. Is this a one-person show?
It is a one-person show.
A one-woman show.
Yes.
So why don't you tell us about what the show is about?
The Animal Show is a story that I wrote. It took place over the course of about a year and a half. I worked for an animal shelter. I was on call from 4 p.m. until 8 a.m. the next morning to pick up injured animals. So right overnight I was supposed to sleep through half of the shift and then answer calls as they woke me up.
Complex Numbers is the story of a mathematician, a computer scientist named Fiona, and she is involved in an office romance, but it's an unconventional office romance. So the play is about how to make ethical choices in relationships when the relationship doesn't necessarily follow a conventional path.
And while it's happening, it's not a choice to make for the future, and that means the script is very immediate. It's happening now, trying to deal with it as it's happening. And the cast is so electric that's what they bring to it, is the immediacy of the experience rather than the knowledge.
Ever since I first found out about roller derby, I was just completely in awe, and I immediately fell in love with this sport because it is so, it's athletic and it's theatrical. They have funky names, and they wear costumes on the track, and it reminded me a lot about professional wrestling, and I used to love professional wrestling. The only difference is here it's a real sport with real points, and the outcome is not planned.
I did Fringe in 2007. I did Winnipeg and London, Ontario Fringes.
I'm from London.
Are you?
Yes, I am.
Well, I was up there for that Fringe, but this is I'm doing a much bigger tour. I'm going from Ottawa to Edmonton, Victoria, and Vancouver this summer.
I think a lot of people are going to have a Fringe crush on Tim Anderson. I was in the audience tonight. I heard people whispering about him. Apparently they find him to be very cute.
Got some skates. I got in touch with a lot of roller derby teams in Ottawa and in Toronto. I even went to a roller derby boot camp in Red Deer, Alberta, and got to interview some players. I got to actually practice with a lot of them, and so that's why in the show I actually do some skating through about half of the show on the stage.
It's funny, it's not cheesy, which I think is very important in theater, and really engaging, and hopefully will make you think a little bit about our life with animals and our life with other people as well.
Kind of scary. On the second night I ended up spilling some food on the stage, so that was a little bit of a hazard that I had not anticipated, but that's the beauty of Fringe. You never know what's going to happen. And
Jen K as the facilitator is sexually enlightening.
He's just saying that because he's married to her, so he knows. He knows.
I'm Paul Hutchison.
I'm Sharon Nolan, and it's a cabaret-style variety show where Paul and I do different variety acts and storytelling, and we also have special guests from the Fringe shows and beyond.
And it's called the Cabaret because it's kind of a special Canadiana theme, so there is a little bit of dabbles of traveling in Canada and the kind of theme of being Canadian.
Yeah, I think it's your cleanest, tightest, dirty script you've ever written.
Oh, wow.
It's your cleanest, dirty script you've ever written.
Well, you know, I like to write a tight, dirty script.
This play is really important to me because I've been working on it for a long time, and it's been a big personal project for me. But the title of the show, Roller Derby Saved My Soul, is taken from a song title by a band called Uncle Leon and the Alibis. They're from New York, and when a few weeks before the Fringe started, they found me online because of an interview I had done, and they have been a phenomenal support to me. They sent me some merchandise. They let me use their song in the show, and they would love it if I could take the show to New York sometime. So for me, this is a show that's going to keep growing. I'm definitely going to keep working on it, and next year I'd love to tour it across the country through the Canadian Fringe circuit, but it also goes all the way into New York. So, you know, going to New York might be on my agenda in the future.
I saw Roller Derby Saved My Soul.
So good,
Roller
so
Derby,
good. Go
it's
see
a ride.
it.
It
Oh my
rocks
God.
and rolls.
Loved it, loved
it's
it,
a
loved
ride.
it.
It's a ride.
Earlier tonight I saw fucking Stephen Harper. Really smart, so funny. I didn't know what to expect, but one of my favorite things that I've seen.
So I met Sharon in 2007, briefly throughout a Fringe tours, and I never really fully got to meet her till the end of the tour, but knew that one day I would work with her. And then she moved to Toronto 3 years ago, and we slowly started to work in shows that I produce in Toronto,
And then we developed this show specifically in New York for the Frigid Festival, which is Horse Trade Theater's Fringe.
My daughter Emma, it's a Godmere. The people are saying they need Foursquare a badge for getting their Godmere badge.
It's called the Godmere badge. Yeah.
Right. So Emma Godmere is in Old Legends. I think it only has one more show here on Thursday at 5:30, and then it's part of the Wakefield Piggyback Fringe on Saturday and Sunday.
Wakefield?
And that's really cool. And my son and I built the sets together for so
yeah,
all
his
four
wife
of us
is in
are,
it, and then he's in another show, The Interview.
Oh, yes.
So see Old Legends, Complex Numbers, and The Interview to get your Godmere badge. I'm 2 for 3, and I'm going to come see The Interview, and then I'm going to get it.
We've done that 3 years running, and it was all late night cabaret. So we booked Canadians that live in New York. We brought Canadians with us to New York, and then made numerous New Yorkers honorary Canucks to perform on it.
Well, they're going to see a funny, heartwarming story about an underdog that is reaching for her dreams. They're going to see some roller skating. They're going to see some funky dancing. They're going to see a girl in knee socks. And they basically, if they leave my show with a song in their heart, then I will have done my job, and I will be very, very happy.
And thanks to you guys for doing this. This is great.
Tell people to check our videos out at shouldyousee.com.
I'm so excited to be on Should You See It. You guys are famous to me.
ShouldYouSeeIt.com is also, it's like having the video of being right here. The way they do in those commercials when you walk out and see the movie and it's like, oh my God, it's our Broadway show.
I know.
You're making us all look good.